David, I'm on.
Awesome.
When
Awesome.
you're
Hey,
ready.
cool. Well, I know you gotta be on first, and I want to just introduce you in just a second, Jarom. Thank you for being here. Um, and Debbie, you're gonna have to control the.
Yep, I will.
All right.
I'm going to mute everybody again, so because some of them aren't allowing me to. All right. Good evening, everyone. This is Debbie Wetzler, and I'm here with Dr. David Silverman. David, go ahead.
Well, we're just going to make a quick start here, Debbie. First of all, let me welcome everybody here. I know where people keep popping on here. My name is David Silverman. I'm outside of Washington, D.C., and along with Debbie Wetzler, we do this meeting every Monday evening, and it serves several purposes. Everybody on this call is in Debbie's organization. She's a triple diamond in Maryland. I'm an ambassador double diamond in Maryland. Debbie's the president. This is me. And we have this call every Debbie, I don't know how we're going to do this. People keep unmuting themselves. If you're unmuted, could you please mute yourself? Let's see, Carla.
Go ahead.
Could you mute yourself? Anyway, we have this call to serve a few purposes. One is to welcome all the new people to the team who are really, we say they're the most excited because they just discovered what this product does, but I've been in this for 8 years. I don't think anybody could be more excited than me. Maybe the same level. I don't know if any more, but this discovered ASEA. We do it so we can meet everybody, introduce all the new people. We do it as a sense of community, have a sense of community. You know, we're out sharing this gift with people, and we know what it does, ASEA and the other products. And not everybody's always open-minded. And it's nice to come someplace where we all know how real this is. And, you know, we talk about ASEA, believe, belong, become. And this is kind of the belonging part of it. And we really cherish these Monday night meetings that we have. We have people generally share results they've had. We do that usually at the beginning. Craig Wachter was going to share one tonight. We may have time later on to do that. We make announcements, things that are taking place, calls, events, contests, different things. We've got a bunch to talk about later. We do some training, and sometimes we have a special guest. So tonight we have a very special guest. We were just with Jarom Webb, who's the president of ASEA. He's zooming in from the headquarters out in Salt Lake City. We were just with him. Many of you who were on the Ascent trip in Cancun last week were with Jarom and the whole corporate team, and everybody will certainly get to meet him if they haven't at convention coming up in September. But Jarom is a dear friend, and Jarom's one of the reasons I joined this company 8 years ago. The product was great, the patents were great, this upline support was great, but I had to know what corporate was like. I was involved with a network marketing company before that. When I got to the top of it, I got to meet the people and get to know the people that ran the company, and quite frankly, they were not good people, and it was a big facade. And so it was very important to me at the beginning of this to get to know the people who were in charge, because, you know, they have to have our backs, you know, and this company is a two-way street. They help us, we help them. They just had a global advisory council meeting that Jarom might talk about. I know I think he's going to share some of the things that he talked about in Cancun, which many of you weren't there for. Hopefully you'll all be at Ascent next year. But it's my pleasure to introduce Jarom, and I wish you could meet his wife, Adrian, because she's a doll too. But Jarom, really thank you so much for being on the call tonight. I know you're on a real tight schedule, and we really appreciate you being here.
Hey, David, I'm grateful to be with you. See so many familiar faces, really. I see a lot of team members that I've met in the past. Being out in Maryland, I think I've been out there a couple of times. I'm really excited to be on the call tonight and to just be with you guys. I mean, it's so fun to be with our associates and to talk a little bit about what's going on. I really appreciate David and Debbie. They are amazing leaders in this business, and love you guys. You have treated me and my family so well. I will tell you that I'm married up, and my wife is my better half, and David can attest to that. So can Debbie, by the way.
We would never say it out. We would never say it.
I would never say
Oh,
that.
of course you wouldn't. But I know what you're thinking.
No.
I know what you're thinking.
Adore you both.
And that's totally okay. No, I'm grateful to be with you guys tonight. It's fun to be a part. I tell you, I've been with the company now going on 10 years. I started when the company was just 6 months old with Virtus at the very beginning. And I tell you, we've been excited about a lot of things, but this upcoming convention and what we've got, the stack that we have for you guys is it gets me more fired up and excited than I've been in 10 years. We're starting to move and transition ASEA into a new phase of growth, and you're going to see and feel that at this convention in September. So I hope, I really hope you guys are all signed up to be in Vegas with us in September. If you're not, I would highly, strongly encourage you to get to this event. Not only that, but in my 17 plus years in network marketing, what I found is that the people that can bring not only themselves, but their teams to these big events like convention where you can really see and feel the vision of the company, they come out of those events with so much momentum and energy. So if you can bring yourself and your team members with you, even if it's a small, and you bring some of your key folks, having them feel the same vision and that same kind of energy and momentum and getting that training coming out of the event, you'll be so much better off. So I would encourage you to come to the event. David and Debbie had asked me to spend a few minutes with you guys tonight talking a little bit about what's coming at convention, where the business is. And so I thought I'd share with you a little bit. I'm going to share a similar message to what I did with the folks at the Ascent event in Mexico. So those of you who were at that event, you may hear some things again, but we feel so passionate about this message, about where the company is today and where we're taking ASEA, that I think a little repetition is not bad. So what I'm going to do is, if you don't mind, David, I'm going to share my screen and just share a presentation with you guys to take you through this. I think this will be relevant for you. I think this will help you feel kind of what's going on. And certainly from my standpoint, I think it's important that all of you as leaders in this organization and out sharing ASEA understand where we are today and where we're headed. David, can you give me a thumbs up, Debbie, if you can see that? Okay, good. Guys, let me just start out by just sharing with you a little bit about where we are as a company from a growth perspective, just so you have a sense of globally where ASEA is today. We're growing like we've never grown before. Right now, if you look at our sales to date this year, 2019 through May, and you compare it to last year, same time period, January through May, our global sales revenue is up 54%. So we're growing tremendously, and it's not just Asia, it's not just these, every region of the world is growing right now for ASEA. I think people are starting to wake up and understand the power of redox and what we have. We're seeing leadership engagement and development at a pace that we've never seen before. So things seem to be really moving. Our enrollments, which is the amount of people that join our business, not just to consume, but to engage in the business, is up 32% in the first 5 months of the year compared to last year. Our auto ship, which represents 67.5% of all of the orders placed at ASEA, our auto ship orders, that's up 41% over the prior year. We're excited about that. Auto ship's the bread and butter of our business. Our average retention globally is up 7 points over the prior year, which those of you who've been in this business know that retention, how long people stay, there's going to be a natural attrition where people just don't, hang on, and for whatever reason, for lots of different reasons. But if we can manage and move that retention up, that's a very, very positive thing for you and for us globally as an organization. We have over 50,000 active associates actively engaged in consuming the products and sharing the business. That's up 41% this year over last year. Our total rank advancements, as we look at what you and your teams are able to the globe, up almost 26%. We now have 167 diamonds globally in the organization. In terms of the compensation plan, it might be interesting to note that through the first 5 months of the year, we've paid out $45 million in commissions globally. That's up 45% over prior year. We're paying about 4,500 plus people per week. That's up 34%. And so our number of commission checks are up. We're excited to see that. That means that, more folks earning money and able to engage in the business opportunity. Our global production, number of ASEA cases produced is up 22%. We're producing over 426,000 cases on we've done that to date through the first 5 months of the year. This is kind of interesting. We have, at any given time, we have an average of 30 product containers on the water being shipped to one of our distribution centers across the globe. Now, a product container contains over 3,500 cases of ASEA. So at any one point in time, we have over 30 of these product containers on the ocean somewhere in the world being shipped to one of our distribution centers. We now have 18 ASEA distribution centers that are strategically placed across the globe. So from a product standpoint, we're moving in terms of production. What's interesting about that is that we've done all of that increase, if you will, without adding a single head count or body to our production facility and what it takes to produce that. That really indicates the scalability. And we talk a lot about we've built the capacity to grow so we can increase our demand for ASEA without having to increase and invest in new equipment, new infrastructure, new headcount, new people to be able to produce that. So we're excited about that. Really a testament, I think, to Virtus and the vision to build the foundation first, build the solid foundation of infrastructure before we accelerate the growth of the company. We now have over 225 employees globally, with 151 here at our corporate office, 43 down at our production plant. We've got an office in Munich, Germany, one in Taipei, Taiwan, one in Bangkok, and one in Manila, Philippines. We just pre-launched the Philippines a week ago, and we're excited about what's going on there. So we're expanding ASEA throughout the world. We've got now 32 countries open, so you can truly build a global business with ASEA. You can build in your backyard, which is what we encourage most people to do, but you have the option to be able to build in 32 different countries around the world. This truly is a global business opportunity. And of course, we're supporting now 16 languages in our call center. Again, supporting the fact that we're a global business now as we expand ASEA across the globe. As we look ahead, guys, and I think it's important, that's kind of where we've been and where we are today. As we look ahead to the future, if I were to put a theme, if you will, on the years 2015 to 2017, these were real foundation building years where we built the infrastructure, solidified the story of ASEA. Many of you know in 2017, we relaunched our ASEA Redox product with a new messaging structure, new science that shored up the technology and made the message much simpler. We overhauled our IT systems. We built a new corporate office building. We made major enhancements and infrastructure investments into our production facility. We enhanced our compensation plan. All of these things were really building the foundation, solidifying the ASEA story for the future. Now, in 2018, last year, right, was an inflection point year for the company, where the curve we started to shift from infrastructure building to growth and expansion. And we saw the growth curve shift. This is a curve, an actual curve of our sales. And you can see in 2018 how that curve started to shift up. We really started this expansion in 2018. We did 126 million in global sales. It was the first year where we had done over $100 million in a single year. And in the company's history, we grew 53% last year. We made the list of the top 100 companies. We were recognized just recently as number 77 on that list. So we're starting to look at growing the company. And as we look to, our focus this year, 2019, 2020, 2021, we start to look at these types of things, right? If I could theme these 3 years, it would be a shift from focusing on infrastructure building and solidifying the story and building the foundation to now the foundation is laid. Now the foundation is solid in there. The story is built. What we want to focus on is initiatives that fuel the growth and expansion and momentum in the business. We want to capitalize on what was started in 2018. Instead of starting the fire, we're actually pouring gas on the fire and fueling that fire. And that's a really powerful thing where we can start to shift our focus towards initiatives that are empowering you to grow your businesses, to expand your businesses, to capitalize on the momentum, and to build that. The themes for these 3 years really is sharing the story, right? I'm going to go back to that. This whole concept of we've built a story that we can now share with the world. If I were to, we've heard this saying called facts tell and stories sell. This quote, storytelling is the most powerful way to put new ideas into the world. Well, guess what, folks? We have a brand new concept, a new technology that nobody's ever heard of. And we now have a powerful story that we can now put this new concept into the world. And that's what we want to do, is empower you as associates to share and tell the story of ASEA. The story of ASEA is really what makes us different. It's what makes us unique and different from the rest of the world. But not only what makes us unique and different, but what advantage does that give us and you? What makes us unique and different that creates an advantage for us collectively in the marketplace, and that advantage can be sustained long term, because this isn't just about building it as fast as we can and then letting it go out of business or letting it fall apart. This is about building a legacy, sustainable business that can bless generations to come. So building a legacy, sustainable business with a unique difference that creates an advantage for you, that's the ASEA story. And what we believe makes us different is embodied in our mission statement and our vision statement. Our mission as a company is to better people's lives and be a force for good around the world. We want to take everything that ASEA has become, everything that makes us unique and different, and help you and your teams and people all over the world to create the life that you want to live. Not the life we want you to live. It's the life you decide to live, whether it's I want to serve and give back to the community through our Advancing Life Foundation. I want to make a bunch of money and have a life for me and my family that I've never dreamed of, or I want to have better health. No matter what your goal and vision and dreams are, we believe ASEA can be a vehicle to help you achieve that. How do we do it? Really through our life-changing products, financial opportunity, and culture. And it's truly through, that's what makes us unique and different. Our story, if you will, is embodied in this concept of complete cellular health with a technology and redox that nobody else has, that's on the cutting edge of new science and new ways to look at health and humanity. It's truly having an impact, and it will be a household name. We're on the forefront of that trend. We're on the forefront of that technology, and nobody else can have it because it's exclusive to us through our patents and trade secrets. You marry that with skincare and with nutritionals that complete the cellular health story. That makes us unique and different. That's changing people's lives across the globe from a health standpoint. Marry that with a network marketing entrepreneur opportunity that is more powerful than any other entrepreneur opportunity out there. And I can prove that. I've spoken about that a lot. I'm super passionate about the power of this industry. Married with our compensation plan, which is unique and different, and allowing people, if they work hard, to capitalize and be rewarded for their efforts. And then this concept of timing being a post-startup pre-momentum, where we're in this kind of sweet spot where we have an opportunity to grow the business you know, we're the 77th largest company in the industry that nobody's ever heard of. So we have an opportunity to capitalize on this concept of being relatively unknown company and quantity. So marry network power and network marketing with our comp plan with this timing aspect. And then the final dimension is this, our unique culture of believing and belonging and becoming this lifestyle and community of people, like-minded people that have a common vision, a common purpose to take this ASEA and spread it throughout the world, and being able to enrich your life through that network. You marry all three of these things together, and we have something that's truly different, unique, that creates an advantage for people, that advantage can be sustained. And all of this is built on the backing of a legacy company with a legacy vision that has the infrastructure and has spent the last 7 years building the infrastructure to support that growth. So the confidence factor in the company that's backing these story elements is powerful. So that's what that's what I call the ASEA story. And I think that this convention is about empowering people to share the ASEA story. And we want to create more brand awareness around the ASEA story. We want to get our name out there. We want to be able to create an awareness around how ASEA is changing people's lives and helping people live the life that they want to live through our products, opportunity, and culture. One of the things that was super exciting that we announced last week is that we created actually through happenstance, we have built a relationship with the group of individuals that out in Orange County. Actually, they're out in New York, but it's Orange County Choppers. Some of you are familiar with the show American Chopper. It was on a show for about 12 seasons. And this organization has built these chopper bikes for different organizations, corporate organizations, charities, different countries. They have a global recognition, a global brand. Well, we established a relationship with these guys through happenstance several months ago, and they started consuming our products. Paul Sr., who's the main character on the show, who's his brand awareness is huge around the world. He and his partner Joni, who's the CEO of Orange County Choppers, they started taking our products and had a remarkable experience, and they fell in love with ASEA and what we were doing. And you know, it's just interesting to be able to see this partnership kind of emerge. These guys ran a successful show for 10 seasons, 217 episodes. These are some of the bikes that they built, some of the celebrities that they've had on their show. It's been a really interesting, this little picture down here in the corner with the guys in orange. They built a chopper bike for the president of Malaysia. So they have a global recognition in terms of their brand. But these are some of the bikes that they built. This was one of the first bikes that they built. They built a bike for 9/11 to commemorate the fire department in New York and the work that they did. They built bikes for corporations. They even built a bike for iRobot, the movie. So it's been interesting to have a relationship with these guys that really was the fruits of them starting to take ASEA, falling in love with what we were doing. And these guys came to us and they decided they offered to build us an ASEA chopper. And the whole concept of this ASEA chopper is us to be able to build this bike and tell our story, the power of what makes ASEA different and unique through this bike. And we're actually going to film an episode of the show with Paul Sr. and with Joni and their team. This is a picture of when we went out to New York just a month or so ago and got to meet the team, got to interact with them, hear their ASEA story, got to film a part of the episode. And then the bike is actually going to be revealed on stage at convention in September. It's going to be an awesome event. It's going to be we're really excited about it. The bike, I think, is going to offer us huge opportunities to create brand awareness around what makes ASEA unique and different, and what makes, the power of the ASEA. it was interesting to go out to these guys, and every bike had a story behind it. And it was so cool to be able to listen to the stories and create conversations around these bikes. That's the kind of opportunity we have here with ASEA, and we're super excited about it. So that's something that's coming. I hope you guys will all be there. It's going to be a fantastic thing to be able to reveal this bike on stage at convention. A couple other things that I would give you a preview around this concept of sharing the story. We've got a whole new set of content, new shareable videos and other content that we are producing that we're going to be revealing at convention. And these tools are going to empower you to tell the story in a unique and different, powerful way, so that you don't have to become the expert. Your teams, brand new people that come in here that say, I don't know what a redox is, I just love it, and I want to share it. How do I do that? What tools do I use? How can I tell this redox story? How can I tell the opportunity story to my network and friends in a way that's powerful and compelling? Well, we want to be able to facilitate the sharing of that content and create new tools that empower you to tell the story in a powerful way of what makes ASEA unique and different. So I'm as excited about the content we're developing. I've been personally overseeing this content development. I'm as excited as I've ever been about what we have to share with you guys at the event. We're also rolling out a brand new ASEA mobile app. So we are going mobile. We're going to be introducing a mobile app that's going to focus not just on managing your back office, but it's also going to focus on easily downloading contacts for new people and sharing content with prospects. It's going to facilitate the prospecting process in amazing ways. And of course, mobile is the direction where everybody's going, and we're excited to be able to offer that. We've got brand new training that we're going to, a training platform, a base camp training platform that's going to allow associates to get trained on various aspects of their business as they begin their journey. So it's going to be very, very exciting. There's lots of stuff that is going to be revealed in here that's going to empower you and your teams coming out of convention to accelerate your business to a whole new level by empowering you to share the ASEA story and what makes this compelling. We're also announcing that we're going to be announcing a new product. We've got a brand new product we've been working in the better part of 18 months on that's coming. I won't tell you and give you any hint what it is. You got to come to the event, but I'm telling you, it's going to be a powerful, powerful product that is going to give you brand new opportunities in your business. We're also announcing several new expansion initiatives. The Philippines, as I mentioned, pre-launched last week. We are announcing a new market. Our next market at ASEA will be announced at convention. So we've got some global expansion initiatives that we're going to be announcing as well. So guys, this convention is going to mark the entrance, if you will, of ASEA into a new phase of growth and momentum. Where last year we started the fire, it's time to throw gas on the fire and start accelerating the fire of momentum and expansion. And we believe we have something so compelling, so powerful in terms of what makes ASEA different, that creates an advantage for us and for you, that then we can share that and sustain that over time as a legacy business. That story is so powerful. We want this story, we want this, the theme of this convention to be about empowering you to share that story in a powerful way. We also want you to be able to share your own story. So a big part of this is every story matters. And so we're going to be doing some unique and creative things to be able to empower associates to share their own personal stories of how ASEA has impacted their lives at this event, so you can feel that inspiration as you go out and share your own personal story as you build your business. So it's going to be an exciting event. David, I've probably taken a little bit longer than you wanted me to, but I tell you, I'm fired up over this stuff. And I'm excited to share this, and I want everybody at this event to feel the vision and the power and the energy coming out, because it will do amazing things for you and your business. So excited to be with you guys, excited about where we are as a company and where we're headed. I'll turn it back to you guys.
Jarom, thanks. Can you stop sharing your screen? There we go. Hey, it's funny, Jarom, because I mean, you know, I've never seen you this excited. I've seen you excited when we played golf in Ireland. When you kicked everybody's butt, you were pretty excited, but I never seen you this excited. Ironically, when you're gone, we're going to talk about, I put together a group of people for the discounted tickets, buying 10 packs, for the discount for people that aren't new within 90 days. It's $299 for new people. It's $179, but the $199 price. So I thought it was going to be like 10 or 15 people. I'm already at 33 people of a list. I'm going to read the list so they can send me the money because I'm going to put the order in tomorrow. But we're really excited about convention.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had everybody buying these 10 packs and we're committed to bring 10 people from their team to the event, I'm telling you, it's game changing. And with what's coming at this event, more than any other event that we've done, people are going to walk away from this event empowered to be able to share the story in a powerful new way. And so it's going to be it's one that, you shouldn't miss.
Well, I think a lot of people, the trepidation they have or the concern is the cost investment, the time away. And a lot of people have been to network marketing events, big events, and I was too in another company where it was all rah, hype. And there's no way anybody can really get the feeling of this company without being at convention and feeling it. And then they walk away and say, wow, it wasn't anything that I thought. I mean, it was all meat. It was all vision. It was all love. And I feel empowered, like you said, to go back and build my business. And the sad thing is there are people who won't go. And there's a good chance people that don't go to the convention won't even be in the business a year later because they don't really get it. They don't realize that they can do anything they want to do with this business. So I'm glad you spent time on the convention. I didn't know you were going to, but I'm really glad because it's the most important thing anybody can do.
Yeah, I really believe that. I do.
Deb?
No, I agree totally. I know I wouldn't be anywhere near where I was if I hadn't gone to the launch of the product 2 weeks after I came into the business. It was that powerful. And I came home on a high, writing down everyone I knew and loved and cared about that I wanted to hear about this. And it was because of that, going to the launch. And I've been to every convention since then also. And it changes your life in many ways and gets you to see the true vision of where this company is and where it's going. And you also get to see, I mean, anybody that's doing this as a business seriously need to meet the corporate people and see their integrity and see where they're coming from and get to meet the people like Jarom and Chuck and Tyler, because they're the ones running this company. And you don't want to put your time and energy into something that, could, as we said in the last business, that people aren't in integrity and they're not doing this for a good reason and they don't have a vision of where they're going. And this team, with their strategic planning every single year, just impressed me so much with the 5 areas that they're going to deal with in the coming year and specifically putting their attention on those areas. And that's what has moved us forward every year for 10 years. And I find it truly incredible what you guys have done with this company. And I know we're still not very well known. Jarom, I want to ask you, because I'm just asked this, and it doesn't matter where it's gone, but how many people are on ASEA at this point worldwide? Do you have that? I know there's 50,000, getting checks and stuff like that, but how many people are on the product? Do you have that figure at all?
So just to clarify, Debbie, we have between 50 and 60,000. It was 50,000 plus. We have 50 to 60,000 that are actively. That number is our active base, which means that
Okay.
they're actively consuming the product every single month.
Okay.
That is, and a portion of those are going to be active in the business, right? Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So when you ask how many people are actively on ASEA or at least one case every single month, that's the number that I showed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm asked that a lot of times. So, all right. So we have a great opportunity because there's 7 billion people in the world. We've only got 50,000 on the product. So,
I want to ask you.
With great opportunity. So
we're just getting started, guys. I mean,
absolutely.
It's just, and I hate to say it, but I'm sensitive. I'm hyper sensitive to the cost that people have to come out of pocket with to join this event. I mean, it's hard. Like, it's not easy to be able to scrape together the money to come to Vegas and do it. All I would say to this is this: we take it very seriously, that investment that is made. Every one of these events, we try to plan to put the content on stage, and what you hear, what you see, what you feel, in a meaningful way that makes it worth that investment. This convention, I will tell you that not only are we going to be thoughtful, like we always are, about what you see and hear and feel on stage, but it's about what you're going to be empowered with coming out of the event that I think is going to be a game changer at this event specifically. So I, as sensitive as I am about the cost that our associates have to do it, I will tell you that it is worth the investment to come. And if you can get your team members, at minimum your key leaders, people who are serious about this business, who want to go with you to feel that vision, it's powerful.
Well, Jarom, I was going to add something here. I'm just going to share my screen because it's a pretty important thing. The fact is, people can earn their way there and get there for free.
That's right.
Not only when to be paid and reimbursed, but the commissions they earn by doing this more than pay for everything. And it's an investment. And if someone buys their ticket, they can get reimbursed for it if they qualify for it. But we all tell people that it is really that important. And I'm glad that you talked about it. And one last thing, Jarom, I want to ask you real quick, because you were with a company before when they went into momentum, and they went to the roof in a very quick time. I can't remember the amount. They were at like 50 million, and then it shot in 3 years to like 800 million or something like that.
Yep.
And I try to convey to people that's where we're at. And sometimes people, it's hard for them to appreciate that. It's hard for people to appreciate how lucky we are to have you guys running this company and have Vertistar and the whole thing, that it just happened at all, the whole thing. But the fact that we're in this moment of time, this window when people's lives change dramatically, could you just take like 60 seconds to explain what that was like at that other company, which is out of business because that was a non-patentable product, and the very top was kind of run by greed, but you saw it happen.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, there are a couple of things I would share with that. Number one is that the company reached kind of that $100+ million critical mass component. So they were a little north of 50 when they started the momentum. They were a little north of 100 million, David. They were right where we are right now. And so I think this concept of critical mass, where you've proven yourself for a number of years that you can be legitimate, stay in business, it was like a snowball, right? So the snowball had started, they got enough critical mass in that snowball that it just kind of gained its own momentum and its own mass and just started to roll. That's where we are today. So when I talk about this post-startup, it may have taken us a little longer to get there because of the fact that we have such a unique cutting-edge technology. We've had to pave a path that company didn't have to pave. But the potential is real, and that momentum, that accelerated momentum is real, and that's where this company was at. We're right where we are today. The difference is that company didn't have a unique technology that couldn't, that company had a technology a product set that was showing up in Costco at a fourth of the price, and people were undercutting and canceling their auto ship, and it just came unraveled. We have a product that as we move into that phase of momentum isn't going to decline because nobody else can get this anywhere else, right? I mean, it's ours, it's yours. And that's a really powerful thing for building a legacy sustainable business. The other thing I would say is that I watched people who had their businesses and were working and doing the right things at that $100 million mark that were able to kind of get in on that sort of wave of momentum and watch their businesses accelerate. So I think it's important to be doing and engaging in the right things as a leader, the right behaviors, the right principles and getting your team, and then capitalizing on that wave of critical mass as the company grows. But it's exciting. Like, we're moving into this new phase and it's happening. And I think the next 3 years, that's why it's themed growth and momentum and expansion. If it took us 10 years to get to 100 million, it's going to take us a small fraction of that to get to 250 and a small fraction of that to get to 500. That's the power of this critical mass that we're moving into.
Awesome. Jarom, thanks.
And I just want to throw in 2 cents and just say, if you are serious about this because you know what this can do for you and your life, then the cost of getting to the convention is a mere fraction in what you would spend on any other business to learn about what you're going to learn about in this convention, which is so important. So if you're serious about doing this, I would definitely make the commitment and somehow get there. I'm telling you, I had no money at all to get to the first launch, but I made it there, and it was crucial to me developing into what I have today.
Yes, I agree.
So definitely get there.
And you got to rip up your foreclosure notice because you got there.
I certainly did. Thank heavens. Yes.
Jarom, listen, thank you so much. We all really appreciate you being here so much.
Yes. Thank you so
Guys,
much.
thank you very much. And it was great to see you all. We're excited to see many of you here in September. Thanks for letting me share a few thoughts with you tonight.
Really
please give your better half our love.
Yeah.
I will. And we need to come out to Maryland. You guys need to invite me out. I'd love to come back.
We're ready.
You're invited anytime, please.
We'll put it together. It's time. It's time. Thanks, buddy.
See you guys.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay. By the way, people that came on late, this is being recorded. But Debbie, I just want to finish up with the convention stuff for just a second.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Get right into it. I put it out there well, here's the thing. Right now, if you are new to ASEA within the last 90 days, if you call associate support, your ticket price is $179 versus $299. Because right now, everybody else is $299 a ticket. But if you're within 90 days, call associate support. You can get your ticket for $179. You're in. If you win the ticket from the contest, the company will reimburse you for your ticket price. Okay. So get your ticket, get your hotel, get your airfare, get all that. And I put out there about 3 weeks ago that I was going to put together a 10-pack to order tickets, because if you order 10 at a time, it's about $19.99. So it's $199 a ticket. Now, I'm about to put the orders in. I want to do it this week. I'm already at 34 people. So I'm going to put an order in for 30 for 3 10-packs. And I'm just going to run through the names that I have and just listen carefully to see if you hear your name, because I'm going to put my address in there to send me a check. Okay. I might do part of it Venmo. I'm not sure. I got to see how to do that. But I'm just going to run through it real quick. All right. Edwina Lee, Paula Lim, Winnie Foon, Jofia, they're all in Singapore. So some of them are on here, actually. I think I saw them before. Cecilia Reynolds, Frank McMahon, I got his check already. Christy Bodie for 2 tickets. Nadege Lebrano in France for 1 ticket. Christina Gaimard in France for 1 ticket. Ruth Dalen, Brian Smith, Susan Ignatz for 4 tickets. Bill and Diane Bartholomew for 2 tickets. Sharona Futterman for 1 ticket. Karen Phillips for 1 ticket. Gabrielle Katzeff, 1. Anita Malagrano, 1. Cheryl Anderson, I just got her check right here, actually. Dolly Sowski, Tekla Brodek in France. Ludmila Schmidt in France. Pam Landano, Marlo and Richard Rankin for 2. Siri Kalsa. So I'm going to put my address in the chat bar in just a second, so look for it. But I want to read you this message. I got the check from Cheryl Anderson just now. I just opened it. She wrote in here, "Thank you so much." It says, quote, "We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give." David, thanks once again. I love quotes. So here it says, so she puts in quotes, "Preparation meets the opportunity." And so that's what we've got. So she decided to come to convention. So I'm very excited about that. So I'm going to put my address in the chat bar here. And if you heard your name, oops, I didn't put it in. Just send me a check for $199 per ticket, the amount you want. And if you want tickets, you can tell me now, and I'll put you on the list, okay? All right, Debbie, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, I was just answering a question because for most people, September is a great time because their kids are in school and they can usually get coverage for that, but for teachers is not so great. But so I'm answering a teacher as to coming to the convention. I think if you come to the convention, even if you can only come for Friday and Saturday, it would still be very important to come.
We have the meeting on Sunday morning too, which is good. You know.
Yes, which
Sunday morning.
they are doing that Orange County Chopper ride on Sunday morning, so that's going to affect it a little bit, but we will have a meeting on Sunday morning. Some of our leaders will be on that ride, though, however. So anyway, I'm going to just briefly congratulate people on talking to people and going up to in rank. So I'm going to share my screen very quickly. And this is from, we're in week 26, so they don't have week 25 up there yet. So this could be something that you guys have heard a little bit before, but I'm just going to go ahead, and it's always great to be acknowledged for the work that you've done. So for anybody who's come in, they are an associate, but when they've talked to two people and two people have enrolled on the right and left side, they become a director. So all of our new directors, Michael White is a new director. Marie Claire Maisie is a new director. Agnes Dorman is a new director. Helen Yap, Pam Bannon, Gladys Maria Dominguez, and Maya Schmutz are all new directors this week. And I hope, let me see, make sure that yeah, okay. So then on your right and left sides, as you're looking in your dashboard, you start collecting points for people ordering product. And depending on more people coming in or, you know, per month, every time they order a case, you get 100 points. So when you get to 300 on both sides, at least you become a Director 300. So we have Teresa Fulton, who's a Director 300, Lucianne Sperling, Ethan Wetzel, BJ Hartfield, Marie Lepetti, Gaia Petra, Nancy McMahon, Sway Tan, Sarah Webster, Colette Lee, Yik Ping Ho, Mark Compton. Those are all new Director 300s this week. Now the same thing applies. If you get 700 points from enrolling more people or having your people enroll more people, then you are a Director 700. This week, the new Director 700s are Victoria Smith, Davy Edelbeck, Lawrence Schmidt, Alexandra Knox, Simakurmar Patel, and Arnell Neary. Those are all the new Director 700s. And we do have a new bronze executive. That's a new leader in the company. Leader meaning that they have had people that have started to step up and say that they're going to do it with them. So you need 2 Director 300s. You need 2,000 points on both sides. And that comes from not only you, but your work with your team. And you get 200 in personal volume. And Risa Lynch, who we announced, I know last week also, went to bronze executive. So yes, exactly. Yay. So I'd like to just congratulate all of the new people who have gone up in rank in this past week. And hopefully they will update the report, and I'll be able to report on new people again next week.
Awesome.
So I will stop sharing and come back. All right.
Congratulations, everybody. That's
Absolutely.
awesome. Okay, I want to make some real quick announcements that are happening. First of all, this Wednesday, Debbie and I are doing our presentations at 1 and 9 o'clock Eastern on this Zoom number. This is for guests. Get people there. We'll help you. It's Q&A. Tomorrow night, there's an animal webinar. The fourth Tuesday of the month, there's a webinar that's for focused on animals, and it's at ateamwebinar.com. ateamwebinar.com, 9 p.m. Eastern Tuesday night. I'll show you where you can find all of these. Thursday night, Alan Noble's doing his fantastic presentation at 9 p.m. Eastern, discovercia.com. This is all on our Winfrastructure resource document. All this is on there, guys. So if you don't have that Winfrastructure document, get it from your upline, because everything's there, and I just updated it on June 15th. There are events, let me just show you real quick here. At A-Team Support, this is where you find these events. Now, here are the live events that are taking place. This Saturday in Maryland, we're doing one here in Rockville, Maryland. You can see it right here, Super Saturday. Debbie and I will be there. We're having a leadership dinner for bronzes and above on our team Friday night at an Italian restaurant. Now, the event starts, like, I think about 1 o'clock on Saturday, 1 to 5. So some people are going to be driving in that morning and won't come to the leadership dinner, but that's for bronzes and above. So Risa just turned bronze. She's going to be there. She's coming up. Also, a big one this week is this Saturday is in Dallas, a huge one with Terry Latham, double ambassador diamond, and SIA founder Tyler Norton, and a lot of diamonds. So you can see all these events. I'm going to be in Las Vegas on the 20th of July. You can see all the events there. And we're going to do one in New York just for our group. I'm not posting it here. I'll be in Flushing on the 13th of July. Okay. So if you want information on that, then check our Facebook group. And that's really all I had to make for announcements. Deb, I don't know if you had anything to add on announcements.
Nope.
Okay.
Not at all.
All right. Craig Wachter was going to share his testimonial, but we're running kind of late. So Craig, I see you. He had a great testimonial. Can you do it next week for us, Craig? Awesome. Thank you. Okay. So why don't we welcome some new people? And I'm gonna start it off. This is a segment that we really like because we get to meet the new people that have just joined the team. And I'll introduce someone who just enrolled with me. John Golitz in North Carolina, in Tryon, between Asheville and Greenville, South Carolina. John, can you unmute your line?
Yeah, how you doing, David? Glad to be here.
Welcome aboard, John. Tell everybody a little about yourself and what you're excited about here.
Well, this is, I wasn't really expecting to be talking. Thank God I showered, you know.
We can't smell you. We can only see you.
I didn't know there was going to be all these people and that I was going to be able to be seen. So,
you look great.
But I actually have experience in something that's similar, but now that I'm starting to understand the size of this opportunity, it's nowhere near the size of but I did a lot with a alternative healing thing called PEMF, or pulse electromagnetic field therapy, that also really heals at the cellular level. Doesn't heal, but affects the cells and has a lot of the same benefits and everything. But this is available in a bottle, and it doesn't cost $15,000 to $35,000 to get involved in it. So I'm really excited about it. And it's funny because as I learn more and more about it, I see more and more similarities. But you're talking about in the sweet spot of 50 to 100 million in sales and really accelerating. PMF is at a small fraction of that, and really started about the same time. So the acceleration from this, in my view, I'm coming at it and it's looking like a much bigger, robust opportunity that's got a lot of excitement behind it. So I'm thrilled to be able to be a part of it.
And you have a consulting business, but also you told me with that PMF thing, how much did that cost for a unit?
The cheapest one is $15,000, and it goes up to $35,000.
Yeah.
And So you know, it's a major financial investment, and there's an awful lot of people that I've come in contact with. They couldn't do it because of the dollars involved. So we're hoping to be able to get them involved in this.
That's great. Well, we're going to talk tomorrow. You'll tell me what time. And you spoke with Debbie already, and now you get to see her. Told you.
Yeah, nice to see you, Debbie.
Thank you, John. Same here.
I was recognizing the voice. I'm like, oh, there's Debbie. Yay. Yeah.
And I'll be in North Carolina again soon, I'm sure.
Good. We just had some storms roll through here, so I had like power going off and.
Oh yeah, it's been so bad.
Well, we're glad you're here, John. Give me a text and we'll talk tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks. Anybody else new on?
Yeah, David.
Hey,
David.
Nancy.
Yeah, we have Cindy L. who is on. She's in DeLand also, and she travels a lot, and she's with the firefighters cancer foundation and things like that. She's a busy lady. Cindy, are you on?
Did I meet Cindy when I was there?
Yeah, I think he spoke to her on the phone.
Okay. In DeLand, Florida.
Yep, I'm on.
Hi, Cindy.
Hey, David. Yeah, I was actually at the meeting.
I met you at the meeting. We talked afterwards.
Correct. Yes.
I remember. I remember you being a fireball. I'm glad you're here. No pun intended with the firefighters. I mean, a fireball, you know.
Hey, that's okay. I have the red hair that matches. It's quite all right.
Well, you get to meet Debbie here too. So tell everybody about yourself.
I'm looking forward to it. You know, I was one of the naysayers, and immediately, you know, looked at the opportunity because I'm running a nonprofit. I'm focused in on keeping the nonprofit alive. I take care of firefighters and their family members with cancer across the U.S. and it's actually a global effort as well. And been doing this for over 15 years, a nonprofit, and tracking cancer and contributing exposures for almost 30 years. So being retired from the fire service, but also critical care, medical background, legal background as well. I've worn a lot of hats, and I happen to have some medical procedures done and had some things happen with a crazy infection that set in. I thought, you know, I got this stuff in a blue bottle and blue tube, and it's Friday, and I don't want to get an antibiotic. And so started using over the weekend and was pretty amazed at what happened and contacted Nancy, and we came over and upped the game a little bit with adding the liquid, and next thing I knew, I was sold. So made me a believer.
Terrific. I can't wait for everybody to meet you. Hopefully you can come to convention and meet everybody you see here, plus, you know, a couple thousand more people.
It blocked on my calendar already, and you know, and we're looking at all the different, again, you know, being careful as far as, you know, in following what you were teaching and how to explain this and what it does, and obviously what we're, you know, not supposed to share, in that it just makes sense. And you look at cellular health, and that's something I deal with every day.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot easier than I thought it would be, and I've already got my team, you know, building, and we're changing people's health, and that's what it's all about.
Well, I hope Debbie and I can help you on Wednesdays at the on our Wednesday webinars that we do. Debbie, are you going to be able to do the 1 o'clock one?
I can do the 9 o'clock one.
Okay. Well, we'll both do the 9 o'clock one, and then we both do the one. We'll do them together, both of them. How's that?
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, Cindy, welcome again.
Thank you. Look forward to it.
David?
Yeah, Orlando.
Hey, I wanted to introduce Reverend Carol Richardson. She's new to the team, and she's based out of the Washington, D.C. area. So, Carol, are you on? I believe I saw you somewhere.
Hi, yes, I am.
Perfect.
Hi, Carol. I'm David, and this is Debbie. Nice to meet you and the whole team.
Hi, David and Debbie. I was on the call before, but I hadn't enrolled yet, and I hadn't started the product. So now I've enrolled, and I've started, you know, trying ASEA and Renew 28. So I'm so glad to be here.
Have you seen any? Debbie's going to ask you if you've seen anything yet. She always does. She wants to know as soon as somebody sees something.
Well, I always want to know why people look at this, and, you know, if it was for you, or if it was for a health challenge, or if it was to change your life in some other way. So
Well, I've had it maybe 3 days now, working on day 3 maybe. So
Yeah, that's
well, I'm
okay.
asking because I did not have a health challenge myself.
Oh, well, no, I do.
I just saw that how significant this was, and this was going to change the world.
No,
So
I
I
do.
just want to be a part of it.
So oh, this is going to sound off for some people, but let me start with a positive. I see things from a spiritual perspective, and that's what's my priority, is helping people on their spiritual path, interfaith wise.
Right.
And for me, the medical model, I also have a master's in public health and a master of divinity. But anyway, the medical model for me doesn't work well anymore. And so to take care of myself, I've done natural things and spiritual things. So ASEA fits right in with that. Although I've had liver pain for a while, and I've also been using some products from Victory Nutrition International, which is amazing, and more of one of those. So it started, or a couple of those, that's started helping. I think the ASEA is also helping. But I have a couple of other things that I'd like to see, you know, and at age 60, I'd like to get rid of some of the age signs, you know, it'd be nice.
Well, that won't happen in a week, but what will happen with the gel, if you try it on about 10 people, that have pain, would it surprise you if 9 of them had a response within 10 minutes? 9 out of 10 people?
Yes, that would be amazing.
Do that as soon as you can. If you have to do it on 5, you'll see it on 4 or 5 of them. You do it on 10, it'll be 9 or 10 of them. And it's Orlando will show you how to do that. But you're at the beginning. So 90 days from now, or before, we'll get your testimonial at the beginning of one of these calls, I'll bet.
Okay, great.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, welcome.
Anybody else have anybody new on?
Hi, I'd like to introduce Margie Harp. I met her this weekend. She is actually introduced by Adam Wesson, who's in Sandra Van Martin's team. And ASEA has this way of attracting really lovely people. My experience so far is that Margie's among the loveliest. So I'm really excited to get to introduce her to you guys here, and also those of you who will be there Saturday. You'll get to meet her then too.
Hi, Margie.
Margie?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm new to this. Hey. So I haven't Skyped before or Zoomed before. This is new to me.
Hey, we were all virgins with Zoom at one point. Now we're all
Good. None of you guys look like you are. You all look polished and really good at this.
Well,
Yeah.
we've been doing it for a while now, but yes, it's fun because we get to see everybody.
Yeah.
So you're a school teacher, is that right?
I am. I'm the one that private messaged you.
Yes. Uh-huh.
But I know so many people. Like Adam's been introducing it to me for about 9 months, and as he mentioned it, I kept kind of pushing him off, going, not ready yet, not ready yet. And in January, I have so many family members. I come from a large family, and a lot of them had health issues. I was like, I can't keep ignoring this. And so I sat down, and poor Adam, I mean, he tried to explain it really beautifully, and I'm like, nope, just sign me up. Said I won't really have time to listen and pay attention until summer, but just sign me up. And he tried so hard to keep explaining, and I'm like, no, just sign me up, I'll get there. And summer hit, so now I have time to learn about it. But I have a handful of people that have already asked and gotten on it, and I'm like, sorry, yes, I'll just go to my website till I learn about it. And now I'm learning about it. So I'm bringing 2 people this weekend to the 29th.
Oh, fabulous. That's great. Then I'll get to meet you there.
Yes.
And hopefully you'll get to hear it all and learn it all in just a couple hours. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes,
Thanks.
welcome. What age do you teach?
I teach pre-K, and it's a poverty-stricken school, and they have tough backgrounds. So that's why I was like, I don't want to leave them in the first 2 weeks of school.
Yeah, no, I understand. But you will learn a lot and be able to help a lot of people coming to the convention, even, if you can't come for the whole time. So
that was why I asked. I was like, I hope it's worth coming for Friday and Saturday, and then maybe stay Sunday.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to meeting you.
Yes.
And by the way, as Joe asked for 2 tickets. Joe, I put you on the list. Shannon asked for a ticket. I got you on the list. Sue wants to ride in the chopper ride. I'm not sure who they talk to for the motorcycle ride. Deb, how do you just do that? You know?
I think you can go if you have a chopper there or you want to rent one. And I
Well,
think they're going to include everybody.
Yeah. So anybody can go on the ride. It doesn't have to be a
Pretty
chopper.
sure.
It can be anything.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of people that are bringing their bikes, and they were going to go on a ride before the convention. So, so I am assuming they're going to stay and go with the Orange County Choppers afterwards. We have to find out more about that, but that's what I've been told so far.
I won't be on that ride.
I was going to ride behind you, David. What's up with that?
Well, every year, Jenny Robinson in her upline has a thing at her house, and she has a ranch and a lake. And once you go diamond, you're invited to come. And Debbie and I are going in July. In fact, I do the meeting in Vegas, and then I go straight there after Las Vegas. But one of the days we go on the lake, and she's got 4 jet skis now, and that's my thing. If I wipe out, I just kind of get wet. I'm afraid to drop a bike, but I do love jet skis. It's great.
Yeah, bikes are a little bit. Yeah, there's been some bad accidents with bikes, but anyway.
And I want to put a little. I sent it out on Facebook. A prayer for Amy Stacy. She got rear-ended by a semi 5 days ago, just outside of Charlottesville on Route 29. Truck was going 70 miles an hour, and rear-ended her and pushed her off the road, and back of her car is destroyed. And she's fortunate it hit on the passenger side of the back, because it all got crushed in all the way to the front seat. But she's recovering, and just wanted to give her I saw a lot of people message, sending her prayers and good wishes. Just want to mention that.
Yes, absolutely.
Heal fast, Aim. Anybody else have anybody new on? Okay, we're over the time. Anybody have a last question or a couple questions they want to ask before we wrap it up?
I have a quick question.
Sure.
Can I join the Facebook group with my business name rather than my own name? Or does it have to be my name? Because I have a Facebook page for my business.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's a group, so I guess you can. Debbie's.
Yeah, you can request it through that Facebook page, and then we can admit you that way. Yes.
Thank you.
Sure. And we both have a team Facebook page, so you can join both or either or whatever you'd like to do. We're happy to have you.
Anybody else? Okay. Well, Deb,
All right, let me cut this off.